You can raise your hand. Okay, if you have any question, just raise your hand. Oh, I'm going to record. Raise your hand, or you can write your question in the chat box. Okay, let's start. The first topic, mainly, it's talking about matter. It's everything related to matter. It's a very simple and easy topic. I think most of you, they know, I think most of you know everything about matter, بس احنا هنعمل كده ايه, just quick revision for matter, okay? طيب, if I'm going to ask you as a starter, what do you think the states of matter are? If I'm talking about matter, how many states of matter are?
There are three.
Three.
Exactly, three. What are them?
Solid,
liquid,
and gas.
Solid, liquid,
gas.
gas.
Exactly.
Solid, liquid, and gas.
That's true. I have solid, liquid, and a gas. Okay, if I'm going to ask you water as an example, water, is it a solid? Is it a liquid? Is it a gas?
Liquid at room temperature.
Can I say something, please? I'm going to open the participants list, and please, I want just raise your hand because this is going to be a mess. Okay, if you don't mind, just raise your hand. Can you, or you can answer in the chat box. Correct, ya Kunuz. Okay. Who knows the answer? Hey, Luigi, tell me. What do you think the answer will be? Water.
The water here. احنا ممكن نخليها gas with salt.
Exactly. And also liquid. Water could be solid, liquid, or gas. But the point is, Yaruna, Yaluji, I'm talking about water in the room temperature, for normal temperature, for room temperature. What do you think?
Liquid.
Exactly, it's a liquid. That's true. But what about the second one? Exactly, Mahmoud, he answered. Rudaina, bravo, good job. Many students, mashallah, they answered in the chat box. Good job. What about oxygen? What do you think about oxygen? Hey, Ritesh.
Oxygen is gas at room temperature.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Okay. What about Ahmed? Yalla, Ahmed Nazih. What about magnesium? Ahmed Nazih.
ايوه مس بعت لك على الشات بوكس.
طب اوكي. طب تقول يا اوكي ماشي. طيب what about table salt? What do you think about table salt? Mahmoud.
Solid.
Exactly, that's true. What about, what's the next one? Vinegar. Hey, Runa.
It's liquid at room temperature.
Exactly. What about carbon dioxide? Is it Alia or Ali Ihab or Alia? I don't know. Ali, I think.
Ali.
Okay, answer.
The carbon dioxide?
Yes, please.
The gas.
Thank you. What about carbon? Who can tell me carbon?
One exists in like graphite. In the form of graphite, it would be solid.
Exactly. That's true. Bravo, solid. Thank you so much. Noya Rudaina, if you're talking, Rudy, if you're talking about carbon dioxide, yes, it's a gas, but the carbon, it's a solid. Take care. El carbon, it's a solid. Okay? Type. So this is just a starter to check what's the difference, different examples for solid, liquid, and a gas. Type. The first topic in general, talking about what? The first topic, it's talking about the arrangement, movement, the energy of the particles. You are going to talk about the three states of matter, solid, liquid, and gas. We are going to talk about different properties of the solid, liquid, and gas. طب ايه هم properties دول? First هنتكلم على arrangement of the particles. Are they random? Are they regular? Are they closely packed? Whatever. طيب movement, do they move freely? Do they vibrate? Energy of the particles, which one of these three states have the biggest or the highest energy? Okay, so this is going to be our first objective for today. Our first target to finish. Number two, the second objective is talking about the states of the matter. How can I change from one state to another? Can I change مثلا from solid to liquid? Can I change from liquid to gas? Can I change from gas to liquid, and so on? Okay, so mainly I'm going to talk about first. 1 minute, I want to do this. So mainly I'm going to talk about the different properties of, I'm just going to rub this, the different states of matter and how I can change it from one state to another. So let's start. First of all, if I'm going to ask you about solids, what do you think the properties of solids are? Okay, I don't want you to see. I'm going to open a new box. I don't want you to see the properties. I want to see my excellent students. Yalla, show me. MashaAllah. All these students want to answer? طيب, yalla. Let's start with يلا ملوك. ملوك, come on.
Yes. The particles are arranged regularly and in solid they are close together. They can't move.
Thank you.
They vibrate.
Thank you. Good job. What else do you know? You said everything already, Malouk. Good job, bro. طيب, if I'm talking about energy, what do you think about energy? Which types of particle they have the highest amount of energy? Solid, liquid, or a gas? What do you think? يعني which one في الsolid ولا liquid ولا gas they move more, so this means for sure they have more energy. Raise your hand best, please. What do you think? Hey, Nouri. Noor.
Yes, gas, because they have more space to move around.
Thank you so much. That's true. So this means in the gases, they usually have the highest energy. Why? They are moving all around. طب how they are moving freely and they don't have energy? يبقى for sure the highest energy هي الgases. That's true. طيب, what about if I'm talking about shape and volume? Which one have fixed shape and fixed volume? Solid, liquid, or a gas?
Miss, can I answer?
Yes, Ahmed.
Solid.
That's true. Solid, they have definite shape and definite volume. طيب, what about forces? What do you think? Which one have strong forces? They are so close to each other's.
Teacher, can I answer?
For sure. Tell me. What do you think?
Solid.
Liquid.
Solid.
حد قال solid وحد قال liquid. What do you think?
Solid.
In solid, they have the strongest attraction force. That's true. Okay. So I'm going now. Please بس نعمل mute if you don't mind. I'm going to open. خلاص كده now we said everything, so we can continue. This is everything related to solid. First of all, I'm going to say, as you see here, you see particles, شايف يا مفروض? All of them, they are, يا أحمد, all the particles, they are closely packed to each others. They are very near to each others. طيب, are they randomly arranged or are they regularly arranged? What do you think? What do you
regularly.
think? That's true. Bravo. All the solids, they are regularly arranged. شايفين؟ منظمين جدا. They are regularly arranged. Also, if I'm talking about the motion, do they move freely up and down? Are they, is there any spaces so that they can move freely, or they just vibrate? That's true. They just vibrate around the fixed position. بالظبط. No space أصلا. They just vibrate around the fixed position. شايفين? No space. But that's why they just vibrate around a fixed position. طيب, what about if I'm talking about shape and volume? What do you think about shape and volume? Are they having
volume?
Exactly. They have. Tell me.
Volume.
Sorry?
It has a fixed shape and a fixed volume.
Exactly. Both of them, they are definite or fixed. That's true. But what do I mean for the ones who doesn't know? What do I mean by fixed shape and volume? If I'm having كده some pens, okay? And if I'm having كده, these are a pack of pens, and I'm putting my pens مثلا in my pencil case. And then I'm going to take this pens and pencil case, and then I'm going to take them to my bag. And then I'm going to put them in my drawer. Do you think the shape of these pens is going to change? Do you think it's going to change or it's going to be kept the same? What do you think?
The same.
The same.
Exactly, they will never change. So for sure they are going to be the same. But what about their volume? Do you think the volume of these pens, تمام يا ملوك, do you think the volume of these pens are going to be changing or is it going to be the same?
No.
Gonna be the same.
Exactly, it's going to be the same. But this means in my shape and my volume all the time is fixed. But can I say it has definite shape and volume? Can I say?
Yes.
Yes, I can. If I can say definite, both are correct. I can say definite or I can say fixed. Both of them are correct. Type. What about if I'm talking about the density? Bravo, Nesel. Yes, correct. Nesel answering. Many students, they are answering the chat box. Thank you for sharing. If I'm talking about the density, what do you think? Which one is going to have the highest density? Solid, liquid, or a gas?
Solid.
Solid.
Solid. More atoms in.
Solids, that's true. Correct. يبقى once إنه I'm talking about a solid, they are going to have the highest density. Easy? يبقى solids, they have the highest density. طب then who comes, liquid ولا gas?
Liquid.
Liquid.
Exactly. Liquid. Then
gas.
So this means in solids, they are having the highest density. الناس اللي ما تعرفش density it means mass and volume, يعني mass over volume. For sure طبعا الsolid هيبقى عنده mass and volume higher عن الليكويد وعن الجاز. الدنسity هي mass over volume. أكيد طبعا for sure you took it already on exactly يا محمد. That's great. Bravo. Mass over volume.
Teachers, the solids have the most mass and less volume.
Exactly, that's true. وسنس ان الماس هي اللي up over الفوليوم يبقى for sure السوليد هيبقى عندهم highest density. طيب, and we said related to energy, we said انه energy is going to be what for solids? طبعا energy for solid is going to be the lowest. Bravo. Yes, that's true. Why it's going to be the lowest? عشان احنا الجازز عندنا they are very fast. كل الجازز very fast, they are moving very fast. لكن السوليدز, بصوا السوليدز they just vibrate, they are not moving, they just vibrate and they're not moving freely. I mean, they just vibrate around the fixed position. So this means إنه هما for sure they don't have too much energy, they are the least. Okay, they are the least. Please never forget these, density and energy. Many students they got confused, especially about these two.
I have a question.
Sure.
Solids have less energy because the energy is used for the strong forces between the particles?
Once again, please.
Does solid have less energy because the energy is used up for the strong forces between the particles?
That's true. Yes, that's true. The particles here, they are holding each other's. Now I would talk about the forces, but still I didn't talk about the forces in the spaces. Idea, thank you so much. These are the molecules. As you see here, the molecules or the particles, are they holding each other's very strongly or weakly? What do you think?
Strongly.
Exactly.
Very strongly.
All of them, yes, that's true. All the particles, they are holding each other's very strongly, as if we are standing كده beside each other's and we are holding each other's very strongly. Same. You see? طبعا دول مش أنا. ده أنتوا طبعا، أنا مش دعوة. أنا أهو. So for sure, once we are going to hold each other's very strongly, يبقى this means in the force of attraction is a strong force of attraction. Okay, so that's why they have low energy. All the energy is used to hold each other's very strongly. So that's why they have low energy. وكمان they don't move, they just vibrate as we said. طيب, what about the spaces? Do you think they have big spaces ولا small spaces?
Small spaces.
Exactly, they have spaces.
Or high density.
High density, thank you. طيب, let's talk about the last two properties. What do you think? Are they, can solids be compressed? يعني if I'm having books مثلا, لو أنا عندي books كده, can I put the books كده above each others and then can I compress them? Can I make any type of pressure to compress them, to make them يعني thinner? You know what's compressing? Yes, everything can be compressed. Everything can be compressed. يعني يا محمد, if you get your laptop and then you started compressing or squashing, you're going to find your laptop, instead of being thick, it's going to become thinner. What do you think?
No.
For sure, no. For sure, no. Yes, بجد.
It can't be compressed because already the particles are very close to each other.
Mr. How they
Exactly.
compress the old cars and put them in like the some places?
In?
How they compress the old cars and like take the metal out of them?
They take, yes, the metal out of them, but this is different story. هنا I'm talking about لو أنا عندي already solid. بص هفهمك الidea. If I'm having a gas, بص الجاز, the particles they are far away from each other. فأنا if I'm going to do any type of pressure عشان أعمل له compressing, I'm doing pressure. What will happen when you do pressure? Particles they are going to start coming closer because already they have big spaces. So once you started pressure, what will happen? They will become closer. صح? I think this is logic. مش كده؟ So that's why the gases are the only, yes, why the gases can be compressed. The gases can be compressed عشان already they have big spaces. فأول ما أعمل pressure, certain type of compressing أو squash, it's going to be becoming closer. So that's why it will change. يعني since you compress it, it can be compressed. لكن the solids already, there is no spaces. بص. طب أنت عملت pressure, how they will be compressed? Where they are going to go? مفيش أصلا spaces. The spaces is very close. You got my point? دي الidea. طيب, what about solids? Do you think solids can flow ولا they cannot flow?
Cannot.
No, they are only
They cannot
vibrate.
flow. Excuse me? Yes. Same like the liquid. Yes. You mean the liquid can flow. زي ما بنجيب كده الwater and you start pouring كده water, you're going to find the water will flow. But the liquids, but the solids, no, they don't flow. Okay. So we said everything related to solids now. طب let's move on. طبعا you know a lot of examples for solid. البوكس بقى الايس. You have a lot of examples طبعا for sure. طيب. I'm not going to show the next slide. I want you to tell me what about the liquids. I want to talk about all these properties but related to liquids. What do you think? طبعا هنا الفورسز احنا اتكلمنا على الفورسز. They have very strong forces of attraction between the particles, huh?
Lower attraction force than solids.
Exactly. So first of all, I'm going to say إنه for liquids they are going to have. I'm not going to say lower. خلي بالك. ليه؟ Can I tell you مثلا I am when I tell يعني if I'm comparing me and you, who's taller? If I'm asking you who's taller, me or you, can you say you are more beautiful? No. You have to compare with the word that I mean or that I want. يعني when I tell you forces, you have to say strong or weak. You got the point? Don't say any other description. يعني please, once I'm talking about forces, you have to say strong force, weak force, very weak force. You got the point? If I'm talking about مثلا spaces between particles, the particles are close, particles are far away. يعني خلي بالنا من description itself. برافو يا رونا. Okay? يبقى once I'm talking about forces, يبقى you are going to say إيه؟ إن الفورسز مالهم؟
strong or
Weaker than solids.
Weak forces.
Exactly. They are going to have, في liquid, they are going to have weak forces. That's true. طيب, if I'm going to talk about arrangement, is it going to be random or is
irregular.
it going to be
Random.
Exactly. Random or irregular. That's true. طيب, if I'm going to talk about motion, do they vibrate or do they move?
They slide over each other.
Move.
Exactly. They slip and slide over each other's. I'm going to find in all the particles, you're going to find in all the particles, you see, they are moving everywhere. So they slip and slide over each other's. Okay, this is related to motion. دايما بقول في liquid random motion, you can say continuous random motion. This is what we are going to say about the liquid, continuous random motion. Okay, continuous random motion, يعني all the time it's continuous, all the time it never stops. Random, it means everywhere. Motion, it means the motion, how they move. يبقى continuous random motion, you can describe the motion by continuous random motion or they slip and slide over each other. طيب, what about
This is Brownian motion. Yeah? This is Brownian motion. Yeah?
Yes, it's Brownian motion, that's true. And the particles all the time, they are colliding with each other's, they are going everywhere, they are hitting each other's. Yes, that's true. In all directions, this is the Brownian motion. Okay, what about if I'm talking about the density? We said in the liquids, they are less or more than solids?
less than
Exactly.
Less.
We are less than solids. That's true. طب والenergy?
Less.
higher
More.
energy, higher
Higher
energy.
energy.
Really?
Higher energy than
That's
solids.
true.
Higher
Higher.
energy.
Exactly. Higher energy. Okay. طب what about? Good job. صح. تمام يا رونا. Okay. طب what about if I'm talking about forces between the particles? We said
Weaker than solids.
weak forces. طيب if I'm talking about density. تقريبا we said all the properties now.
Yeah.
Less density ولا more?
Lower density.
Lower
Less
density.
density.
Less density. Exactly.
Less
طب
density.
what about? Yes, that's true. طب what about shape and volume of the liquids?
It's shape
Definite
random.
volume, but on definite shape.
Exactly. That's true.
The
الشيب.
shape of the bottom of the container.
Yes, that's true. الشيب is
Move
all
by
the
sliding. Move by sliding.
it moves by sliding. Okay, بس أنا بتكلم على حاجة تانية. I'm talking about the shape and volume of any liquid. Is it going to keep the same? أنا بس I want to show you the liquids. بص. If now I'm going, you see, مثلا I want to get a drink. I want to put a drink in a cup looks like that. And then in a cup look like that. And then in a cup look like that. Okay?
Take the shape of the container.
Exactly. Once you put the liquid here, and then you put it here, and then you put it here, and then you put it here. What do you think?
Takes the shape of the
It
container.
takes the shape of the container.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this means, would you please بس نعمل mute? What about, do you think إنه shape now is going to take, since you said in the shape is going to take the shape of the container, يبقى this means, is it definite ولا indefinite?
Indefinite.
Exactly.
Indefinite.
برافو عليك. مين اللي بيقول definite؟ هجيب العصاية. مين بيقول definite؟ definite بصوا definite it means fixed it never change. يبقى هي definite ولا indefinite؟ إيه رأيكم؟
Indefinite.
Exactly.
Indefinite.
That's true. هي indefinite أو not fixed because it take the shape of the of these container. يعني أنا لو حطيتها في الكاب ده أو حطيتها هنا whatever الكاب which cup you're going to use it's going to take the shape of the cup. طيب what about the volume؟ يعني if I'm going to get here مثلا 1 liter 1 cans of Pepsi جبت 1 cans of Pepsi حطيتها هنا وهير the same cans وهير the same cans. Do you think الكانز دي تقريبا بتبقى about 200 مللي. Do you think the volume is going to change if I change the cup?
Fixed volume.
Is it going to be the same?
No.
Will be the same.
Exactly. يعني this means إن الفوليوم definite ولا indefinite أو fixed ولا not
Definite.
fixed؟ برافو.
Indefinite.
برضه حد بيقول indefinite؟ أكيد هو نفس الشخص اللي هيتضرب برضه. بص indefinite.
So that means that liquids can't be compressed.
Exactly, it cannot be compressed. That's true. بصوا يا جماعة indefinite يعني doesn't have a fixed volume. indefinite يعني بلاش لو انتوا بتتلخبطوا في كلمة indefinite قولوا not fixed. Is it easier? If it's easier for you, okay. they have الشيب هو اللي take the shape of the container لكن الفوليوم لا هو نفس الفوليوم. انا لو جبت 1 cans of Pepsi اللي هي تقريبا 200 مللي حطيتها هنا all of them they are going to be 200 milli. It's not going to أو 200 centimeter cube. It's not going to change. You got my point? الidea بس إنها تاخد ال shape of the container whatever هي curved هي triangular هي circular it's going to take the shape of the container. بس ال volume it's going to be the same. اللي هم ال 200 milli دي all of them they are going to take the same volume. Clear?
Clear.
Question?
Clear,
Okay.
teacher.
That's
No.
great. طيب يبقى احنا we said everything about the liquids. طيب let me revise them again please. First of all we are going to say in the particles they are close together. They are not so close زي solids but still close. Still close يعني مش بعاد قوي زي الجاز. لا هم still close together to each others وهم طبعا random arrangement as you see. هم they are moving around قلنا في continuous random motion. They can flow as I said and they can take the shape of the container. الforces بتاعتهم it's weak. It's less effective. It's a weak force. They cannot be compressed or squashed. Why? Because even they have some spaces between them, but it's little spaces. So that's why I cannot squash them. I cannot compress them. Here very little spaces. طيب, is it dense? هي quite dense. يعني ايه quite dense؟ يعني it's not that dense. لا هي quite dense. وطبعا عندهم more عندهم الانرجي بتاعتهم more energy عن مين؟ عن السوليدز. طيب I don't want you to see the reason wanted you to. صح يا كنوز. I don't want you to see. Let's see what about gases. Less is everything. صح يا روان. برافو يا روان. يلا I don't want you to see بقى وهنشوف بقى gases. يلا let's start. Who will start? ماركو يلا. Come on please.
Yes, gases have density. They also have an indefinite shape and volume.
Excellent.
They're also compressible and expanded.
Excellent. But what about the arrangement? What do you think about the arrangement, Yamar?
Random.
Excellent. Bravo. Thank you, our hero. That's true.
They also have more energy.
Thank you. Thank you so much. The students who answered in the chat box, good answers. Bravo. Good job. طيب, let's talk about solids now. I think he said everything about, about gases. First of all, gases, they are far apart from each other, as you see, large spaces between them. The arrangement, it's a random arrangement, it's not regular, and they are moving quickly. You see, Hadil, everywhere they are moving very quickly. But if they ask about the motion, I'm not going to say a continuous random motion. لا, I'm going to say continuous random motion. لا, I'm going to say rapid continuous random motion. Why rapid continuous random motion? Because this is faster. دي مش بس continuous random, لا, it's very fast. So that's why exactly يا كنوز, that's true. I'm going to say إنه the motion, it's going to be rapid continuous random motion. It's moving very fast. Okay, طبعا برضو they slip and slide over each others, بس الفرق بينها وبين الليكويدز إنها rapid, يعني they are continuous وكمان rapid. Okay, طيب what about the forces of attraction? What do you think? Exactly, correct. What do you think?
Very low forces of attraction.
Exactly, very weak. يعني احنا في السوليدز بنقول very strong forces of attraction. في الليكويد بنقول weak. في الجازز بنقول very weak. Almost no forces because they are far away from each other. So how can they hold each other's? Okay. طيب, what about the energy?
Highest energy.
Exactly, they have the highest energy, but they have the lowest
forces of
density.
attraction.
Exactly, they have the lowest density or lowest force of attraction. بس احنا اتفقنا, when I ask you about attraction force, you have to say strong, weak. Don't say low or high. Please, please. Why? Why? Don't say low or high في الforces. بصوا يا جماعة, في IGs, usually once we answer the past papers أو اللي هي questions in general بتاعت previous years يعني, usually we mark our answers from the mark scheme. The mark scheme is not going to write for you في الforces high or low. It's going to say strong, weak, very strong, very weak. So if you write another word, maybe it's not going to be counted. That's why please, please don't write a word except when it suits this question. يعني make your answer fitting your question. Write the answer that fits the question. Don't say just high or low. لا, خلينا كده specific و accurate. دول ال A-star students. Okay? شايفين الستار؟ Very big star. يلا. So, what I was saying, in the forces, you are going to say weak or very weak. فهير طبعا for sure it's going to be very weak forces of attraction. As I said, they are going to be compressed or splashed. Why? Because already they have very big spaces. But since they have very big spaces, that's why I can compress them or I can squash. And they can be squashed. Okay. Nothing is left, I think. Oh, shape and volume. What do you think about the shape and volume?
Take the shape of the whole container.
No,
Indefinite shape.
That's true. They have indefinite shape or indefinite volume, both of them. Yes, Yaruna, that's true. Both of them, they are indefinite. الشيب والvolume. Both of them, they are indefinite. Why? They take the shape of the container, وكمان they take the volume of the container. يعني if I'm going to get a balloon, check كده with me. If I'm having this balloon, and then I'm going to get another balloon, and then I'm going to get another balloon, let's say a bigger one, and then you blow air here. What will happen? The air is going to take the shape of your balloon. That's why I'm saying, whatever the shape and the volume, yes, that's true. That's true, يا كنوز. That's why it's going to take the shape and the volume of my balloon. يبقى this means in the shape and volume, both of them, they are not fixed or indefinite. Okay, so yes.
And it's also the gas and the liquid are fluid.
Exactly, that's true. Okay, so these are solids, these are liquids, and these are gases. Okay, but what about the idea of the Brownian motion that we were talking about? The Brownian motion, maybe you will find it in your books. The Brownian motion هي الموشن بتاعت الparticles. يعني if I'm talking about the particles and all the time they are moving everywhere and they are hitting each other, they are colliding each others, يخبطوا كده في بعض. الموشن دي اللي هي in all direction and they are colliding with each other, sometimes we call it Brownian motion. So that if you see this word in the book, you will know in the Brownian motion هي as I said الموشن بتاعت الparticles in all direction and they are hitting each other and colliding together. هي دي Brownian motion. Okay, طيب. Let's see what will happen if you are going to get, this is a solid, check it out with me. What is it doing? شايفين a solid all the time it is vibrating as we said. طب let's see how I'm going to answer these questions. Raise your hand please if you know the answer. Hey Rudy, come on please. In a solid?
In a solid, the particles are regular.
Exactly. Let's wait 1 minute. I want to see the particles are regular. طب خلي بالك.
Yes.
ماشي هم regular صح بس do you think this is going to be the word that is suitable for the first
fixed.
طيب think about it again.
Can I say teacher?
Wait بس she will say. يلا يا رود.
Teacher, is it as close?
طيب بالراحة. هو بيقول لي in a solid the particles A around A position. يبقى what do you think they are going to do?
Vibrate.
بس كده. شفتي بقى؟ Good job. يبقى in a solid the particles vibrate around A dot's position. What do you think about A position بقى? Are they يعني they vibrate anywhere ولا about
fixed?
Exactly, about the fixed position. Thank you. شطور. طيب جنجون يلا يا جن. There is a dot's force of attraction between each particle.
Strong.
Exactly. Since they are close to each other, there is a strong force of attraction between the particles. Thank you so much. Okay, and they are very what together? Hey Kareem.
Close
exactly
together.
That's true, they are very close together. Thank you. Okay, let's see. This is the solid. What about this? The one up, this is the liquid. This one, this is the liquid, and the one down is the gas. So let's see. يلا. Who can tell me the first one? Hey Ahmed.
Touching.
Thank you for the ones who are answering in the chat box. First of all, because they're answering right answer. In the liquid, the particles are A together. But can move. What do you think, Ahmed?
Close.
By mistake. Exactly, they are close together. Thank you. But can move in any direction. Okay, they won't take, or they won't keep what shape? Ahmed, would you please best mute yourself, please? Thank you. Nurai. Yalla ya Nuri. Nurai Ahmed. Come on, please. Tell me.
But
They won't
can move in any direction. They won't keep a fixed shape.
Thank you. Like
solids do.
Thank you. Thank you. Shatur. Nice name, Nurai. I like the name.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yalla, let's move to gases. Who can tell me? Maluka, you raised your hand and then you changed your mind. That's why I'm going to choose you. Yalla,
Okay.
In a gas, yes, in a gas, the particles are very
far apart and move quickly in all directions.
That's true, bravo. So why did you change your mind? But okay, so they often who didn't say? Some students, they don't want to share. طب يعني try. Why not? I don't want to repeat the students. I want others. تشجعوا كده تشجعوا. We're not زي ما بقول لهم دايما we're not live. احنا مش طالعين live على Instagram. No one will see يعني. Just only we know that you didn't know the right answer. It's nothing يعني. So you can try. Even if it's a wrong answer, sharing with the wrong answer better than sitting and not sharing. So that's better. يلا يا ريتاج. Come on please. They often
They often collide with each other.
Thank you. They often collide with each other. Good job. Okay, let's see what's next. Hamza. Hamza, am I right? Hamza's iPhone?
Yes, miss. Yes.
Yes, tell me.
Squashed.
Exactly. They can be easily squashed. Why? Because as we said, they have big spaces between them. Thank you so much, ya Hamza. Good job. Okay. طبعا answers. Thank you so much for the ones who are answering in the chat box. The answers are right. Thank you. So like this, we have finished the first one, which is the different states of matter regarding arrangement, movement, and energy of the particles. We said everything related to the three states. But let's move to the next part of the first topic. And the last part of the first topic, it's talking about how I change from solid into liquid or gas or whatever. Can I change from one state to another? Or I cannot?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Right. Let's see
Yes, we can.
how. Okay. So let's see how can I change. Who can tell me what's one?
Can I answer, teacher?
Answer.
The point isn't I cannot see the 1 minute. I have to check the participants 1 minute, please. By the way, the one down, this is the solid because it's not showing. This is the liquid. This is the gas.
Can I teach?
Yes, okay, Ali.
Yeah. Number one, from solid to liquid is melting.
Thank you. That's true. Bravo. So did you do heating or did you do cooling? What did you do?
We're gonna heat it.
Exactly, we're gonna heat it. Thank you so much. Good job. What about if I want to make the opposite from the liquid to solid, like number 4?
Freezing.
Miss, can I say?
خلاص, he said it. No problem. Freezing. Thank you. How did you do freezing? Did you do cooling or heating?
We did cooling.
Cooling.
Yes, good job, bravo. Type. What about number 2? Who can tell me if I was having a liquid and I want to change it into a gas?
Evaporation.
Exactly.
Evaporation.
From liquid to gas, I'm going to do evaporation. That's true. Okay. Type. What about
boiling,
from boiling? Yes. Evaporation or boiling. Yes. Type. Who can tell me? What about the opposite from gas to liquid?
Condensation.
Condensation.
That's true. Condensation. So you know everything. Oh, mashallah. Type. What about from a solid? Yes.
Teacher, can I answer?
Sublimation from solid to gas sublimation.
Yes. هو 1 minute بس 1 minute. From a solid to a gas, this is sublimation. That's true. I'm going to explain what sublimation. But I think there is a sound of a girl. I heard a girl talking and she was asking a question. If I'm right?
Yes, yeah.
Yes. Tell me, Kunuz, huh? She's
is
not
evaporation as accurate as boiling? Is evaporation as accurate as boiling? Like if it's just written evaporation, is this just equal to boiling in the examination point of view?
Yes.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Okay, so the last one, it was from a solid to a gas. This is a little bit new for the grade 9 students. Maybe they haven't heard about it, but I can change from a solid directly into a gas, and this is called sublimation. Okay, sublimation da, I'm going to explain it now. Okay, because maybe you don't know what sublimation. I'm going to say what sublimation now. Okay. Let's answer كده these 3 questions before we start talking about sublimation. Yes, ya Kunuz, that's true. Type, in which state of matter are the particles mostly touching but arranged in a random way? What do you think? Solid, liquid, or a gas?
Liquid.
Exactly, that's true, liquid. Okay. I'm changing the question. In which state of matter do the particles have the most energy?
Gas.
Gas.
Yeah. All of you answering together. Gas. Type, from a liquid to a solid.
Freezing.
Thank you. Yes, that's true, freezing. Okay. I'm just going to talk about how I can change from one state to another. Now, a minute, I'm just opening the PowerPoint.
Freezing is exothermic and melting is endothermic, right?
Right. This exo indo are going to take it later on, but yes, that's true. Right. Teacher, are you going to explain lesson 2 today? You want all the lessons today, Karim? حاضر. هنسهر مع بعض بقى. I have no problem, yeah. Inshallah next week بإذن الله. Lesson 2 we're going to take it. No, لا يا كريم. هي just only lesson 1 today. وإنشاءالله next Wednesday we're going to take lesson 2. يلا. Particles vibrate on the spot. بس please raise your hand بقى. يلا يا كريم, since you're talking. What do you think? تمام, كنوز قولوا لنا تمام. Job. Solid, liquid, or a gas?
Solid.
Thank you.
Solid.
يا مامي. خفت. Particles far apart and they are random arrangement. Hey, Luigi.
Yes, teacher.
Particles far apart, they are having a random arrangement.
Yeah, liquid.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know.
Far apart. Far apart.
Sorry.
It's a gas. If they are not far apart, احنا اتفقنا liquids they are still close. يعني مش لا they are not far apart. لكن الجازز هم اللي دايما far apart. ماشي يا لوشي. Thank you. Dense. Who is dense? Hey Ali.
Me, teacher. That's solid.
تمام. Thank you. طيب the particles can move around each others بس the forces between the particles are less effective.
Miss, can I say?
Sure.
Liquid.
Exactly, because they are less effective, so it's a liquid. Type, it's a quite dense.
Liquid.
Thank you. Can flow and take the shape of the container.
Liquid.
Liquid.
لا مش liquid مش gas. once I say can flow take the shape of the container, so it's a liquid. دايما كلمة can flow usually it comes mostly with liquids, mostly with liquids. Okay, well, thank you for the ones who are answering in the chat box again. Thank you. طيب. Now we are going to talk about, as I said, how I'm going to change from one state to another. This is regarding the idea بتاعت kinetic particle theory. إيه بقى kinetic particle theory? Kinetic particle theory mainly, it's going to describe what's happening to the particles. يعني once I started heating, what we have taken before, once I want to change from a solid into a liquid, once I will tell you, I will ask you, what's going to happen مثلا if you heat a solid? Usually you are going to say it will melt. But for me, as an IG teacher, I'm not going to accept this. Why? Because this question is going to be 3 marks. So what I have said is what you said, يعني what happens when solid is heated. If you say it melts, you took 1 mark. I have to say and I have to explain. So what do you think? How can I explain this? What will happen once a solid is heated? أنا دلوقتي جبت كده وعملت heating to my solid. What do you think will happen? What will happen to the particles?
May I answer?
Will evaporate.
Evaporate على طول كده. يعني السوليد هتعمل له heat, evaporate. ما شاء الله، ده ايه الإنجاز العظيم ده؟
It will
melt.
Yes, it will melt. But I will tell you بقى what is the details. Idea. Excuse me?
Can I say?
Sure, tell me.
As heat is provided, the particles will start, the vibration will start to increase and breaking the forces between the particles, making them slide over each other and turn into liquid.
Exactly, that's true. Bravo, thank you for the answers in the chat. I will tell you something. Once I started heating, what will happen to the particles? The particles, they are going to gain a lot of heat. So they are going to gain a lot of energy. So what will happen to the particles? Very quickly. Yani all the particles, they are going to move very quickly. Why? Because they took heat. عارفين بالظبط same like what? Same like the kids usually feel it's the same idea. When kids, especially if you have brothers or sisters, young kids, but what they do, if you're going to give them some chocolates, or some sweets, you will feel they are going to walk on the walls. I think all of you will feel the same problem. What happens to the kids when they take sugar? They become hyper. صح? They move quickly. They are the same. Once the particles, they are going to gain, once you are going to heat any solid, whatever بقى الsolid that can ice, chocolate, whatever يعني. Once you're going to heat the ice, بيهيبروا على طول. So they are going to gain kinetic, and they are going to gain kinetic energy. They are going to move they're going to move faster. Once they are going to move faster, what will happen? They will gain heat لحد ما all this heat will break all the forces between them. Once the heat is enough to break all these forces, it will change. Congratulations, it will change into a liquid. Exactly, Abdullah, that's true. طيب, when exactly, at which point a solid will change to liquid? And which point بالظبط؟ عند حاجة اسمها melting point. At the melting point. The melting point هي temperature exactly at which all the bonds between the solid will be broken and it's going to change into liquid. In this case, congratulations, خلاص, it's going to change into a liquid. Why? Because it has now energy enough to break these bonds. بنقول عليها melting point. طيب, what about, وطبعا في الآخر at the end I'm going to say it melts. What about if I'm saying what will happen if a liquid gain heat? يعني if you heat water, هيجي يقول لك كده في exam what happens if water is heated أو liquid is heated. It's in 3 mark questions. For questions that is having 3 marks, so this means and you are going to say the whole story. First one, the first mark, you have to say ايه هديل, you have to talk about the energy. You have to say that it's going to gain kinetic energy. خلاص, طب now it gain kinetic energy, it's going to start moving ايه, تك. Hey Aruna, tell me, يلا.
Well, the forces of attraction are going to be higher. this is the first thing. Its shape is going to be like, it's going to have it's not going to have a fixed shape, but it's going to have a fixed volume. The particles will be randomly moving and can slide over each other.
Thank you so much. That's true. يبقى first of all, once I'm going to do heating, what will happen? It's going to gain kinetic energy. So they are going هنا بقى, I cannot say they vibrate faster. في السوليد I will say they vibrate faster. يعني once they gain heat they will vibrate faster. لأن السوليدز مش بيعملوا غير vibration. So here I will say once they gain heat they vibrate faster. But here I'm going to say they move faster. لأن دول مش بيعملوا vibrate. I'm going to say إنه here once they gain kinetic energy they are going to move faster. طب they will move faster and faster till they have energy enough to break all the forces between them. عمالين ياخدوا heat لحد ما الهيت ده is able to break the forces between them. Once they break the forces between them, congratulations, you changed into a gas. خلاص كده you change into a gas state. When exactly does the liquid change into gas state? At the boiling point. And the boiling point exactly اللي هي مثلا for water the boiling point دايما بتبقى 100. يعني عند 100 degrees Celsius exactly هدير you are going to find إنه my liquid will change into water. طب my water will change into gas, water vapor يعني. طب why at 100 degree بالظبط? Why? Already I'm heating more than مثلا 10 minutes مثلا. طب why specifically at this boiling point? عشان at the boiling point exactly الهيت اللي البارتيكلز أخدته particles gained heat was enough to break the forces. عند الدرجة دي بالظبط اللي هي مثلا بالنسبة للواتر 100 degree exactly خلاص بقى عندها forces enough إنها تعمل breaking لإيه أحمد للforces اللي ما بينهم. That's why it's going to change into a gas. Thank you Abdul. That's true. Okay. طيب. What about خلاص we said from solid to liquid ومن liquid لgas ومن gas لsolid. I think this is easy. No need to talk about them. بس في question, في tricky question. It was there once in the past papers. He was saying, what will happen if you remove heat from a gas? If you remove heat, مش you give heat, لا, you remove heat from a gas. What do you think? What's going to be my answer? What will happen to this gas?
Condensation.
Condenses.
Exactly. يعني it's going to change into a
liquid.
Exactly. It's going to change into liquid. Bravo. طيب, what am I going to say? يعني الانسر بتاعي. Once إن أنا عملت له cooling. Since إن أنا عملت له more removing heat يعني I cool it. what will happen? Now they lost energy. طب since إن هما they lost energy يبقى ال particles are they going to move closer ولا are they going to move away from each others?
Closer.
Exactly.
Closer.
That's true. يبقى I'm going to find since إن أنا I'm removing heat مش I'm gaining heat لا I'm removing heat. I'm going to find إن ال particles they are going to move closer. since إنه ال particles will move closer I'm going to change into a liquid اللي هو condensation. Any problem? Easy?
No.
Teacher?
Yes. إيه? You forgot the
teacher.
I think two students they are asking at the same time if I'm right. both they talk together or both they stop together. يلا ها start. طيب wait حد قولي كنوز start يا كنوز. أصل I don't know the other girl. مش عارفة مين النيم. يلا قولي طيب يا كنوز what's your question?
اوكي بس هو انا لو قلت مثلا انه لما السوليد بيحصل له melting وكده ال once broken ده هيبقى غلط ولا هيبقى صح عادي؟
In which one? Which question?
في السوليد اللي هو حضرتك قلتي ايه اللي بيحصل في الميلتنج والستيجز اللي بتحصل في الميلتنج.
It's better
لو
to
قلت
say
breaking the bond.
لا بصي it's better to say يعني if you want the perfect answer إني أقول إنه it gained energy till it overcome the forces between them. That's the best answer. مش break to overcome the forces يعني. This is better if you want the best answer يعني. Okay?
Okay يا مس.
Okay يا روح المس. طيب مين بقى كان مين ال other girl؟ ولا دلوقتي عشان هي خلاص هي واضح ان هي عايزه تسال معاكي بس. رودينا صح؟
أنا يا تيتشر دايما.
قولي يا روحي، قولي يا رودي. ها يس.
حضرتك قلتي إن إيه اللي هيحصل لو شلنا الهيت من الجاز، وقلتي إن هيكون ليكويد صح؟
exactly.
هو ده معناه إن دايما الجاز بيكون hot، يعني دايما بيكون heated.
Yes. بصي يعني if we are going to talk about بصي يعني if you get water مثلا in the kettle and you start heating the water, what will happen once مش بتلاقي kettle فصل كده؟ what happened؟ هتلاقي أول ما الواتر خلاص بقت hot هتلاقي what will happen to the water? It's going to change into a the water will change into a هتلاقي مين طالع كده من الكتل؟ What do you think?
Water vapor.
Exactly. يبقى this means إنها it's something hot. Once بقى you remove heat أو you started cooling it, it's going to change into a liquid. You got the idea?
Yeah, I got it.
Clear? ماشي يا روحي. Any more questions? Okay. طيب what about خلاص احنا already we talked about the melting والcondensation evaporation. I think this is easy so no need to take time in this part because it's easy. The point بقى اللي هي it's a little bit new which is sublimation. ايه بقى sublimation? If I want to change directly from yes يا عبد الله. If I want to change directly from a solid to a gas or from a gas to a solid without passing by the liquid state. يعني I'm not going to pass by this liquid stage. لا أنا هجيب السوليد أعمله heating. It's going to change into a gas. طبعا السبليميشن بيبقى في specific examples يعني yes يا كنوف that's true. يعني it's not in everything. لا هو usually السوليد لما بعمله heating بيتحول liquid. طب when does the solid once I started heating it will change into a gas for certain examples بس. طيب let me show you two of these examples. I'm going to to share 1 minute. Check with me this. Can you see the YouTube?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. No, it's not opening. How? You should get Grammy. No, I don't know. Check with me. What's this? This is called dry ice. The one which is here, the white one, this one. This is called dry ice. Okay, the dry ice. Is it water? بس cold water? لا. Exact. مش carbon dioxide. خلي بالك. It's carbon dioxide. Oh, exactly. هي الكربون dioxide if it is cold بتبقى يعني أنا لو عاملة sublimation للكربون dioxide is going to change into dry ice اللي هو ده. It looks like ice but it's not ice. ده اسمه dry ice. طيب what he's going to do, what he will do, he is going to take some of these dry ice and he's going to put them here يا ملوك. فonce he's going to put them here دي هنا hot water يعني أكني عملت heating للdry ice. Let's see what will happen. You can see that the carbon dioxide ice is turning directly into a gas. It's never becoming I think it's very clear. Am I right? يبقى now what happened? The solid once and then I put dry ice. Once and then I put a dry ice in hot water as if I heated the dry ice. It changed directly to the did it change to a liquid or did it change into a gas?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
It changed into a gas اللي هو carbon dioxide gas. That's true. So the first example for sublimation هو dry ice. طيب.
Yes, so sublimation is like concerned with the specific substance.
Oh, exactly. هما بص احنا هما يعني 3-4 examples اللي في التوبيك بس ايودين هناخده دلوقتي ايودين الدراي ايس في كمان امونيوم كلورايد في كذا example بس هما usually ال very common examples دايما الايودين والدراي ايس. بصوا check with me كده this one. wait, what's this? This is what you see here. This is iodine, but so the iodine here, it's a solid balls, as you see. Once I'm going to heat them, you will see they are not going to change into liquid iodine. No, they are going directly to change into a gas. Let's see. You will start heating them. Now it's changed into vapor type. What he's going to do? He is going to add a flask up, and this flask he's going to do what? In this flask, he's going to put some ice.
And then
exactly, he will cool. Yes, he will cool this vapor. Let's see what will happen once he will put the cold ice. Let's see.
Forming a solid.
Exactly, see? It starts forming solids. You see? It's very clear. يبقى what's this? This is solid crystals. يبقى what happened? إنه the iodine was a solid. Once I heat it, it changed into a gas, and then what miss? هو الأيودين كده يا محمود. الأيودين, since you heat it, it's going to change into a gas, and then if you cool it, it's going to change into a solid. Clear?
I have a question. What if we want a liquid form of iodine? What should we do?
We're not going to get liquid form. Why should we need it?
I'm asking like.
لا, we usually use it. Usually we use iodine in the solid form. This is what we usually do.
So I mean, like, is it possible to get iodine?
Iodine is never.
لا. It's yeah, solid or gas. Mostly usually we use iodine when it's a solid. مش gas حتى. Usually use it when it's a solid.
So Miss, iodine is not present in liquid state?
Yes. بصي, I will tell you something. في البريودك تيبل, بصي هتلاقي في البريودك تيبل في جروب 7 هتلاقي فلورين, كلورين, برومين, and then iodine. في جروب 7 لو if you know the periodic table هتلاقي فلورين, كلورين, برومين, iodine. The first two, they are gases, and then here it's a liquid, and then this is a solid. فلورين, برومين, كلورين, iodine. Okay.
مس
Yes.
بس هو احنا قبل كده كنا خدنا في البيولوجي انه بيعمل dropping للايودين عشان test of source. يعني ده iodine مثلا solution of iodine مش pure iodine.
Yes, that's true. This is iodine solution. Even we write this. Usually I know the test ده بتاع I think glucose, something like that. Starch.
Yes, teacher, starch.
I like biology. It's an interesting subject. والله much better than chemistry, صح? Yes, group 7 يا عبد الله. Yes, that's true. يلا. Okay, so this is what we have said about the melting. These are the exception, as I said, اللي هو carbon dioxide, اللي هو dry ice, and the iodine. Okay, type. What about this slide? Here I'm talking about how I will change. As I told you, this is very important. How I will change from a solid into a liquid. Okay, as I said, once I'm going to increase the temperature, solid, they are going to gain kinetic energy. So they will tick, 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 tick. They will vibrate faster. Once they will vibrate faster, they have energy enough to break these bonds. So they are going to do what? They are going to change exactly at the melting point. It will change into a liquid. So if I will continue to heat, again, particles will gain heat. But see here, I'm not going to say they vibrate faster. لأنهم هنا مش vibrate. لا, they will move faster until they have energy enough to break the bond or to overcome the forces between them. يعني بالضبط exactly عند the boiling point, it will change into a liquid. لأن خلاص particles, they become, they escape. You see? Particles, they escape, they become a liquid. Okay. طيب. This is melting. Last we talked about this. This is easy بقى. Melting or freezing, boiling or evaporation, condensation. Okay, طيب. What about if I want to ask you something الأول. I want to ask you a very good question, a very important question. How do I know if I'm having مثلا 3 substances, X, Y, و Z? I want to know which one of them is a solid, which one of them is a liquid, which one of them is a gas. احنا المفروض this is supposed to be in topic 2, but this is important because many students they don't know this part. I want to say it. X, Y, Z. Which one is a solid, which one is a liquid, which one is a gas? How can I know? بصوا بقى. Since ان احنا we are talking about the melting point and boiling point. The melting point هي البوينت exactly, it's the point by which the substance بتاعتي will melt. والboiling point هي the substance by which the liquid بتاعي is going to be changed into gas. The melting point exactly, if I will find a substance the melting point بتاعتها more than 25 degree وكمان the boiling point more than 25 degree, يبقى for sure this is a solid. Automatic, this is going to be a solid. Why? Because the melting point and the boiling point, both of them is more than 25. يبقى أكيد this is a solid. لأن هي عندها high melting و boiling point. That's why it's a solid. يعني I need too much energy to break the bonds. So that's why it's a solid. طيب, what about if I have it both of them less than 25? Sometimes بيبقى بالنيجاتيف. وهير برضو less than 25. لو لقيت both numbers are less than 25, يبقى this means 100% it's gas.
Yes.
That's true because you need small amount of energy to break it. فأكيد it's a gas already. طب what about بقى الليكويد؟ الليكويد هو اللي شوية little confusing. الليكويد you're going to find in the melting point is going to be less than 25. Okay, and here more than 25. Okay, exactly, that's true. يبقى usually لو لقيت melting point or boiling point both of them high numbers more than 25, يبقى ده أكيد solid. If I find in both of them is less than 25, يعني very small numbers sometimes بالنيجاتيف, يبقى this is a gas. لو لقيت melting point هي اللي less than 25 والboiling more than 25, يبقى أكيد ده liquid زي الواتر كده. يعني الواتر melting point ب0 والboiling point ب100. افتكروها بالواتر دايما. فأهو هنا melting point less than 25 والboiling point more than 25. طيب, why especially 25? يعني sometimes there was a question في past papers once, يعني many years ago. he was giving X, Y, Z, and he was saying مثلا let's say in this liquid the temperature, the melting point مثلا ب0 as an example, and he was saying why this is a liquid, and he was asking you give a reason why the substance اللي عندها 0 degrees Celsius melting point it's a liquid. So what is going to be my answer? I have to say, since the melting point is less than 25, which is the room temperature, هو 25 دي عشان هي دي room temperature, الدرجة بتاعت حرارة الغرفة العادية. فسنس يا ملوكة التمبرتشر بتاعت السبستانس دي less than 25 melting point والboiling point هي اللي more than 25, congratulations, that's why it's a liquid. Okay? طيب.
طب لو كانت more than 25.
Excuse me?
لو كانت more than 25.
مين؟ لو both of them more than 25 يبقى solid.
طب ولو واحدة كده واحدة كده يعني واحدة مثلا 25 بس أو مثلا less than 25 والتانية أكتر تبقى
يبقى liquid.
Okay.
Melting less or boiling more. You're welcome. طيب لو both of them less than 25 يبقى it's a gas. دايما الجازز هتلاقوها بالنيجاتيف, يعني هتلاقوا both numbers بالنيجاتيف. Because both of them because they need a melting point or boiling point they're very low, يعني they need small amount of energy to break it. هو already الجاز بعيد خالص عن بعضه فمش محتاج energy نعمل له break وحوله للliquid أو حوله الجاز. هو already it's very far. So that's why they need low amount of energy. Any question? Easy? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to tell you, we are going to stop here, but I'm just going to give you introduction كده for what we are going to talk about, inshallah, next Wednesday. Let me ask you this question. That's me, that's my burger. So if I'm sitting in one corner of the room and on the other corner of the room there is this yummy burger, what do you think will happen?
The particles would spread and we would smell the
We'll be able
Like we're gonna smell the
burger.
That's
Fusion.
true. That's
Diffusion,
true.
yeah.
That's true. You're going to find particles, they are going to diffuse. Correct. Bravo. You're going to find particles, they are going to diffuse. Yani if these are the particles of the air, if these are the particles of the air, and I want and this burger, particles بتاعت البرجر أو smell, very nice odor of the burger, it's going to spread all over the particles of the air. By time it's going to reach me. Why? Because all the time the particles, احنا اتفقنا in the motion of the particles of the gas, are they in a continuous random motion or not?
Exactly. No, they move around.
Exactly, they are moving all the time in a random motion, in a rapid motion. So that's why they are going to move everywhere. That's why diffusion will happen. We call this diffusion. Yani movement of the particles from high concentration to a low concentration. This is called diffusion. Same exactly if I am spraying a nice perfume in one of the corners of the room and you are standing on the other corner. For sure you are going to Are you going to smell it or not? Yes, you are going to smell it. The diffusion happens because of two reasons. The first reason, in the particles all the time are in a continuous random motion. This is first. Second, there is spaces. If there is spaces but they don't move, ما كانش يبقى في diffusion. If they move but no space, there will be no diffusion. فالidea since there is spaces where particles كمان they are moving, that's why motion or diffusion happens. Okay, that's what you see. Particles here, they are moving from high to low concentration. Okay, so this is diffusion. Next class, inshallah, I'm going to show you some videos related to diffusion. Okay, because I have to explain بقى experiment at HCl والammonia. This experiment, it's a very important experiment, so we need time to explain it. For next class, inshallah, I'm going to continue the diffusion, the last part of the topic, and then we are going to start, inshallah, topic 2. Okay. Any questions?
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
No, teacher, thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing the nice memories and having you in my class. Welcome on board. I hope you like the class. Thank you so much. I really appreciate joining the class. We'll see you, inshallah, next Wednesday. Have a great week.
Like this, chapter 1 is over?
Yes, this is the end of chapter 1. Just only one experiment. We're going to say it, inshallah, next class because it needs time a little bit to explain. So I want you to focus with me in this experiment. So I'm going to do it at the beginning of next class, and then we are going to take the lesson 2, inshallah. Okay?
Teacher, also there's any past papers during the week?
Excuse me, if you are having a past papers, sure, طبعا, for sure you have to answer it. Already I sent some past papers on the group, and please, if you have it, for sure you have to answer it. It's going to be better. If you studied the topic and then you answered past papers, it's going to be the best. Really, the best choice to do and the best thing to do is to once you finish the topic, to study it and answer the past papers. Okay? Thank you so much. You're welcome. Bye-bye.